Welcome back. Guess what? Camera's not working now. Hang on. So frustrating, dude. Whatever. Oh, why is the camera not working, dude? Oh my god, it's so frustrating. Look, I don't know why it's not working, dude. This is so stupid. I have no explanation for why it's not. It makes no sense at all, dude. Look, it says start virtual camera. Stop virtual camera. What about if I do this? Nope, that doesn't work either. Screw it, no camera. Let's rock and roll. Anyway, good to hear you. Good to have you here, folks. Like I said, we got Rob for 3 minutes. I'm Carolina Keith, Professor Keith, whatever you want to call me. Screw the camera. We don't really need it tonight anyway. We're gonna get into some shit. It's gonna be some analysis on Bitcoin and Ethereum. As you saw over the weekend, things got pounded like Jenna Jameson in the '90s. Just bam, 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 getting smashed. If you haven't done so, y'all go hit like real quick, okay? Why not, dude? Go hit like. It's free. And now some shit's popping up in the corner over there that I didn't want to pop up. There it goes. I'm still tripping on why my camera doesn't work. I know. It's the first time the camera hasn't worked in a long time. It's faded around here for a second. I don't know, man. It's probably the OBS studio because I couldn't get it to work right with YouTube. It was tripping. It was lagging real hard when I was trying to get started here. And for whatever reason, it wouldn't work right. So, doesn't matter. I usually have the camera up in the corner for anyone who's new here. Let's start talking to some people real quick. What's up, Shorty Guzman? Jeremy was first. I seen him earlier. Blitz, what's up, Blitz? Good to see you, Frog with a hat. Sven, Joe D, Frank, what's up, Big Frank? Kevin Luce Jr., what's up, Jeremy Monroe, J-Man. JD Crypto, Paulo, what's up, Paulo? Brett Walker, Corey, what's up, Corey? Educated Dummy, Shorty Guzman, Terry Brennan, Fozzie, Kelly Slade, what's up, Miss Kelly? Good to see you, JH. Grant Forrester, what's good, Grant Forrester? Terry Brennan, what's up, Gabo? John Pavlon, what's up, Keith? JP up in this biatch. Good to see you, brother. Parker, Educated Dummy again. Must be a strong block camera. You're stupid, dude. I can't restart the software because if I do, it's going to cut the stream off, and I don't want that to happen. So I can't restart it. It's all good. Gap. I know, right? Darth, what's up, Darth? U-Boat, good to see you, brother. What's up, Grant? Good to see you. Sorry the camera ain't working, y'all. My fault. I don't know what the hell. Tiffany Britt, what's up, Tiff? So I got Bitcoin pulled up here, and I want to use this as an excellent example of, man, I really don't like being right sometimes. This absolutely sucked. Knowing that charts are short and knowing that we're pulling future shorts and we're betting against the market means that people are getting smoked. Okay. That means we are crushing people in the background. And I don't want that to happen, but it's happening, right? So unfortunately, that's just part of the gig. Um, uh, we can't have emotions when it comes to this stuff. Okay. We have to remove them. And when we're winning, we just have to take our wins and smile about it. When we're losing, well, we have to learn how to get better and do better. It's really that simple. Um, I hate it for people that kind of stuff happens and people get smoked like this, but markets essentially took a big puke. I hate it for you guys. A lot of people bought when they shouldn't have bought. That decision was trash. Don't be trash. Do better. All right. First things first, Bitcoin. What happened? Well, we never got a buy signal. Essentially, we were watching and waiting. We've seen some charts improve and some charts show us that they were ready to go, such as ADA or Cardano, and then immediately sell back off and give us a sell signal and then drop rapidly. In fact, some assets fell much more rapidly than others. You know, Bitcoin had a pretty hard fall here. Bitcoin fell almost 40%, which is a big deal. However, some things fell 80% from what they were, which sucks. Don't want to see that, but things blew right through some gaps. There was some gaps that was in the chart right in here around 24,000. It smashed right through that gap, no problem at all. There is a lower gap down here on Bitcoin right at about 18,500. What are the odds that we hit that? Well, it's a bit of a conundrum that I'm in. Will it actually close this gap? I'm inclined to believe so. What is this gap that I'm speaking of? This is a Chicago Mercantile Exchange gap, essentially the CME market where Bitcoin and Ethereum are traded the most, closes on the weekend. When it closes and price moves rapidly, as it did this weekend, you will get gaps formed in the charts. Those gaps must close. They close about 83 to 85% of the time. As you see, there are two open, three actually. There's another one up here. This gap just formed. This gap formed all the way back in 2020. Is it going to close? Well, the only problem with that analysis is in the history of Bitcoin, after halvening, it's never retested previous all-time high. And that's the previous all-time high halvening number right there, around 19,800. This gap is around 18,500. That's less than what I just said, 19,000, right? That's less. So essentially, for it to close this gap right here would mean that it broke a rule that it never broke before. Is it going to break it? Man, I really hate to tell y'all this, but it kind of looks like it. The only hope you have here is this 382 fib line, which happens to be holding right now. As you see, the price is directly above that white line. That white line is the 3.38% retracement from the tip top and from the bottom of the original trend start. That's hit and held so far. If it cannot hold this, it is likely to come down here and close this gap. If it can hold it, which historically it has done, it has thrown wicks, but historically it has held this level, then we can start to move back up here and improve. I'm not saying it's going to happen rapidly. It may be a very, very sideways, choppy, or crabby market. Back and forth, Paul Wall, back and forth. Okay? Very much could happen, and I don't want to see that, but you could have another situation where this thing does exactly like this and comes down just like it did right here. Don't tell me that can't happen. It literally just happened. Fully possible that happens again. I don't want it to, but I'm also smart enough to know that it isn't about what I want. It's about what happens. If you look closely here on Bitcoin, you haven't had an 821 upward cross since March 18th. Buying this and then selling the downward closes earns you 6%. From this short signal, you have done nothing but make money so far. You're currently up 49% at no leverage. You have saved 50% of your wallet. Let me say that again, folks. Since the last short signal, April 7th, till now, you have saved 50% of your portfolio. In 47 days, you have saved 50%. You save just as much money here, folks, as you make. I wish it was different, and I wish you could understand that selling was the right thing to do. It's not so easy to convince people to do that. It just isn't. It's quite tough to convince people that you should sell when the time comes. The time came. Okay? When that time came, it was time to get out. If you didn't get out, you got smoked. You're down 50% so far. Is it going to continue to fall? Well, we don't have anything to tell us that's going to stop other than this 382 line. You haven't had a long signal since. Until we get a long signal, I'm not buying. I've got multiple people ask me in the last few days, hey, Keith, you're not buying this? Are you not buying this, Keith? Why aren't you buying this? You could buy the bottom. Buy the dip. No, we do not buy dips, folks. We buy uptrends. If I reverse this chart, invert it, and flip it upside down, now you start to see that we had an uptrend. We didn't really have an uptrend, by the way, folks. This is all downtrend. I just inverted the chart so you can see it a little better. Right about here would have been our quote-unquote buy signal. But if you remember correctly, we inverted this chart. Okay, so let's come around and flip it back to the way it's supposed to be. And all of a sudden, you see that TA works in both directions. You broke the trend, you had a short signal, and it's done nothing but fail since. We have to capitalize on these charts. When they give us a sell signal, we must take heed to that sell signal and sell it. If we do not, we will fail. Tony said, who likes short shorts? I like short shorts. I'm in the South, bro. I'm in upstate South Carolina. We all like the short shorts here. You know, unless you got that cottage cheese hanging out, then I ain't a fan of that. Let me get me something to drink real quick. Ha! I hate the camera didn't work, man. That sucks. It's the first time that's not worked in a while, man. I don't know what the hell, dude. I see right here it says start virtual camera. No matter what I do, it doesn't start. Whack. The good news is I'm not dropping frames. What if I record? Nope, that didn't work either. Whack. Oh well, it's all good. So there's your Bitcoin analysis. I don't see anything that jumps out to me and says buy. You may see some short-term upward relief, as I said, just like you had back from May 11th to June 8th. That doesn't mean it's going to go up from there. That just simply means you're getting some relief from the down. Bears taking little profits and letting the chart ride out for a second. China Matt says Bitcoin has always been in a bull market since inception, has never experienced a bear market or a stock market bear market. It's starting now. Guess this person is high time frame only in an Elliott wave 0.5 on a monthly type of analysis. Yeah, I get that. If you look at it, it's been a parabolic move from the beginning. However, we're smart enough to know to sell the sell signals on a daily and then rebuy them. And we've done the numbers and shown how much more money you could make if you simply bought and sold on the weekly chart, not even the daily chart, which is just looking at the chart one time per week on one asset. Don't tell me you don't have the time for that, folks. Everyone has the time for that. It takes nothing, very little effort. Now, let's jump over to Ethereum, which looks worse than Bitcoin. These are the futures charts for the CME market, by the way. So it's ETH1 exclamation point and BTC1 exclamation point. Well, these tend to be the leader out in front as far as what's happening with the chart. That's why I use them first, okay? China Matt knows almost as much as I do. Ignacio's, you crazy, dude. Let's go. Hey, what's up, Terry? Terry said we get started. I'm a buyer at 9.8 for Bitcoin, Terry says. Man, that's a long-ass way down in it. Oof. There's also a gap around 9,800 that seemingly got closed a while back. We'll see. So as far as Ethereum goes, we have two CME gaps. We have this upper CME gap around 2,600 that never closed. And just recently, this weekend movement created another one. This CME gap runs all the way back up to 1,657. You see we went from roughly 1,800 down all the way to 1,200. Mega drop, 35%. That's not even counting the wicks. Rough, y'all. Rough stuff. Will these gaps close eventually? We have a ton of divergence from the 8 EMA. What does that mean? The price is a long way from the 8 EMA. That's what I mean. When that happens, the price tends to come back to the 8 EMA rapidly, whether that means sitting still and letting the 8 EMA catch up like it did here. As you see, price got a long way from the 8 EMA, then it moves sideways and then down and then sideways. There's nothing to say that isn't going to happen again. Sideways and then down and then sideways. And as that happens, this 8 EMA will continue to catch up. Here's the regular Ethereum chart for the better example. You see it through a doji candle at the bottom here, which is good. That could signal reversal. But I needed to prove that shit first. I have no proof that it's actually going to reverse as I'm hoping it will. This thing could continue to spiral down and slowly bleed out for months from here. I mean, we must be realistic about that. Now, I will say that it did hit support here. This red box is a support box. And as you see, it's trying to hang out in that box. That's the previous all-time high from the previous bull market, right in here. Trying to catch this support, get a little relief. It really needs it. It just hasn't happened yet. So, and until it happens, we have to expect that it won't. Hey, what's up, Trend Loco? He says, hey, yo, Keith, what's up, brother? We have to expect it's going to continue to fail. When we have a falling knife, we must let that knife fall. Ethereum is a falling knife. It just is, folks. I'm sorry. Sorry to say that, but it's facts. Some shining light here. It did get right near the 382 fib, much like Bitcoin. Much like Bitcoin got right to that point and stopped. Can it hold this level? That's the real question. Is there solace in the fact that it's hit this and it can bounce? Well, I think there's some probability to it, but man, as hard as markets have been getting hit, I just don't see a rebound that is significant enough to change anything yet. This is reminiscent of the 2020 drop. Things capitulated really hard back then. and upset people a lot. But shortly after that, everything rebounded. You know what I mean? So here's that 2020 drop, right? Similar stuff. Capitulation, big nasty drop. Then from there, she jumped back over the 8 EMA and then rode right on up, right on into the promised land. Okay. We had a halvening. Up she went. I don't remember exactly, but I think oh man, that halvening was right around in here somewhere. I forget, but it doesn't matter. It was right around in there somewhere. The next Bitcoin halvening, folks, isn't until 2024. So if you think this is going to hurry up and get better, there's really no evidence of that. So we need to be smarter than that and think, hey man, this thing can continue to fail. I think we're going to continue to fail until I see some proof, until I see some buy signals, or at least a simple trend line break. I'm going to have to assume that. Frank says, hit like, they're free. Yeah, go hit the like button, y'all. I'm sorry the camera isn't working. I'll have it fixed as soon as this stream's over, of course. But till then, I can't do anything about it. I don't know what the hell happened. I probably just need to reset it. But if I reset it, it's going to end the stream. I don't want that to happen. Dreamer says, hey, what's up from OZ? What's up, brother? Good to see you. Juan Pablo, what's up, brother? Was saying it reminds me of 2020. We see. Absolutely. I saw you've been saying that, Frank. That's kind of why I brought it up. So people have asked me about Solana. Similar situation with Solana. Nothing good to report here. Sorry, folks. It didn't fall as far as Bitcoin and Ethereum. That doesn't mean it's special. It simply means it didn't fall as far. It had some support here. It's trying to hold said support. If it can't hold this level, right about $24 at the 382 fib. If it can't hold that, she's going to fail down to $11. Sorry. Now at $11, is it worth buying? There's a little bit of support there, but I mean, you can take a chance, and if it fails, get back out. But there's more of a chance of it holding $3 than there is of it holding $11. Man, that sucks, because what eventually happens is people go on YouTube and they don't really believe what I say, or they don't really believe what the assassins come up with. They think we're full of shit and that I'm just making these random numbers up. And they go start watching shills on YouTube tell them how great one particular asset is, whether that be Solana or that be DAG and Constellation. They go on there and they find out that you don't really know what you're talking about, Keith, because you need to get on there and learn a little bit and research. And this never stops happening. It happens at least 2 to 3 times a week where someone tells me that I need to do my research and learn. Yeah, man, I've been doing this for a while now. We've pretty much failed and learned what not to do along the way. And I'm not going to continue to do the things that failed. And that was one of the things that failed. Going and listening to people who pretend to know what they talk about and teach you nothing except, hey, click on my shit. That's what they teach you. And I'm just not going to do that. Hey, what's up, Steph? Good to see you, brother. Here's the DAG chart. Multiple people have asked me about DAG, Constellation. As you see, that had a channel it was working in here. It has failed said channel. Nodes at this price down here, around 5.5 cents, were 12,500 per node. Obviously, that's come up a little bit. Not a whole ton, but some. If this thing ever gets down to around 2.5 cents, which it shouldn't, but if it ever does, I may consider buying a node, because the price will be around $6,600 at that point. Otherwise, I'm just going to let it ride, because it doesn't pay very well at all. And if you believe the shills, Jesus invented this coin. It's not even a coin. Okay, it's a utility. It's bandwidth. It's not even a coin. I have multiple people tell me that a week too, like I didn't know. But if you can trade it, it's a currency. Bottom line. Hold on, what happened? Let's not forget Luna, dude, bought it $30, got wrecked. Yeah, I fully understand, dude. That fallen knife burns, and I get it. ADA, is it short still? Absolutely. I believe ADA is still on the short bus. Yes, indeed it is. As you see, failed the trend line, failed the lower trend line, 821 downward cross, sale under the bottom trend line now. That'll probably likely retest and fail more. Oof. Dar says, is it fixed? My camera? Nope, not responding. Trash. Pissed about that. Whatever. I know it's the software. I even updated it and it still tripped out on me. What I'm seeing is when I hit start streaming, it says check your YouTube software. Your streaming software can't connect. I haven't changed anything. Why not? Then I redo it and it'll work. So I don't know. It's kind of whack. DAG is an air channel. Do your own research. Uh, oh, that's good. Jeremy Monroe says, just found out this weekend that it's down to about 8% because more of it is staked. Right. There's another thing. If you just stake it all, how's anybody going to get paid anything? If it's 100% locked up, well, how's anybody going to get paid anything? Well, you can't. How are you going to get any money out of it? If you can't say it, if you can't sell it because it can't trade because it's all locked up, well, you do the math. Do I have any thoughts on Gala? Absolutely. I have a Gala node. Looks terrible though. Sorry. It's in a massive falling knife. It's broken support. It's falling farther and farther down the hole here. Man, this needs to rebound and rebound with the speed of lightning, because it looks terrible. Can it go down much farther? Yeah. I mean, I honestly can go all the way down to 3 cent or 2 cent here. What really sucks is I'm not going to sell any of my node rewards here. I'm just going to let them accrue for a while. Because me and, hey, what's up, Big Tex? Me, Terry, Miss Beverly, and a couple other people, Nick, who bought Gala nodes, learned our lesson about just leaving it alone. Gala moved really sharply and really quickly. So I have high hopes for it. But until it actually does something, I can't do anything about it. It's still a falling knife. Hey, what's up, Alvin? Good to see you, brother. DAG payout is even reduced from APY. That sucks. 8% APY payout. I got you. Gala bottom probably around 3.5 cents. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm ready for the assassins to pounce on that crypto market daily. 821. Yep. Me too. Just can't do anything yet because it looks rough. Do pocket? Yeah, I got pocket right here, I believe. Yep. Yeah, as you see, massive falling knife. Under the 8 EMA hasn't crossed the 821 cross, hasn't happened since March 25th. And you have absolutely no signs of it happening. This product has been a falling knife since inception. Hey, what do you know? Right? A lot of these have been that way. A lot of people are going to ask me about fake nodes. I'm not even going to bother. You should know better to buy something that's fake to begin with, thinking that was actually going to be a good thing. Use your brain. What about XMR? Yeah, XMR has been one that performed well during the bear market. Better than others, I'll say. Not well, but just better than others. But yeah, it looks absolutely horrible at the moment. It sold off on June 8th. I think that was a Wednesday, and has not returned since. In fact, it sold off hardcore. Actually fell 40% since the 821 sale. Whew. My God, that's terrible. That's terrible. Old boy Davis says, what happened with Celsius? Yeah, they got wrecked. That's what happens when you don't take profits. Let's look up Celsius, right? Let's go to Celsius USD. All right. The last buy signal you had on sell was right about the same time. March 15th, you had a buy, and then immediately got a sell signal a couple days later around April 4th. All right, ever since then, my goodness. Should have knew better, folks. You are currently down 76% since April 4th. And it was worse than that. It was way on down here. It was almost zero. My God. Yeah, man. This is why you should sell when you have the chance. When you see an 821 EMA cross, you sell. It was down 96%. Yesterday's close, 88%. They're adding money to it now, so you're at 76%. Ruthless. Ruthless. My God. Oh, my God. Frank says rule number 4. What's rule number 4, Frank? Take your profits. Real simple, folks. If you don't take your profits, we, the assassins, will take your profits for you, and we will not give them back. This is what separates us from the rest of the field, folks. We are going to get our money, and we are not going to let you have it once we get it. We're going to hang on to it, and we're going to make more. We will then buy more assets with our profits, and you'll make sure you never get them. Want to know how I afforded a Gala node? TA. Want to know how I afforded all those strong nodes back in the day? TA. Want to know how I afforded to buy Flux nodes and 49 pre-search nodes? TA paid for all of that. And now you're going to never see that money come back to you. I'm only going to collect my money from that from now on. Remember this, folks, because you can do it too. It's not as complicated as you think. But it's the future. All the money. How can I sell it? Exactly, dude. If you're up that much in any investment, you should have already taken some at the least, Frank said, which is smart, dude. So, what have we learned tonight? When a knife's falling, let it fall. The Christian Bale face said it all. Ooh. Okay? Ooh. Oof. If you can't handle it, folks, you shouldn't be in this to begin with. Go pay your 401k guy to do it for you, because if you can't understand when it's time to sell that you must get away, then you will continue donating money to people who are waiting on the other end. Unless you want that to stop, you got to lock it in, okay? You got to get smarter. As a pimp, TA is quite the profitable business. Absolutely it is. That's what Grant said right there. And I hate to be that way, but there's no emotions allowed. I'm not trying to hide what I'm doing. I'm doing this out in the open. I'm teaching you how to do the exact same thing. I want everyone to join in with me at the same time. No matter how many of us do this together, we cannot defeat the big dogs. We are simply going to run in their shadow, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with picking up the crumbs in the background because we're still ahead of all the retail people who have no clue what we're doing. So that's been 30 minutes, folks. I'm sorry. I have the camera working. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do a stream tomorrow. My kids have wrestling camp, so it'll probably be next week, and I'll for sure be back on Thursday, though. So that one we'll have to worry about. Thank you all for coming. I'll leave you with this one. It could have been anywhere in the world, but as the late, great, notorious B.I.G. said, you chose to be here with me and the Assassins, and we thank you for that shit. It's super appreciative of everything you guys do. I'll see y'all on Thursday. Y'all take it easy. Peace.